Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, September 12th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. We are above now a Thursday settlement, above 360.21. As long as we can hold this into today's close, we are then in the midst of a long-term buy signal to 522.49 over the next guessing 5 to 8 months. This should then yield, and I can point to these price points, the 526 handle within 2 to 3 months. There's another wave count almost exactly as this that's equally meaningful. We just don't have them both on here. It gets to be a little messy. But closing today.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Above 360.21 does set up 426.11 as a 2 to 3 month target. The 448.10 formation rising at such a steep pace over the next 3-4 months, it actually converges with the 5 to 8 month objective anyway. So I would rather just sort of stair step this realistically as 426.11 within 2 to 3 months, 522.49 within 5 to 8 months. If we then close above 426.11 over the next few months, then 522.49 becomes more of a 2 to 3 to 5 month objective where we could top out, well into next year. Actually, this is a 5-year channel structure. We came very close to testing actually last December. On the way up near term, and this is really for the day, we have 376.33, solid intraday resistance level. We may actually top out here for the day. If we ease back then and close at 360.21 or lower, just keep in mind we are then off a buy signal. And I would then anticipate the possibility for lower trade as we continue into October. But for the sake of this, what I would call an intra-week buy signal, tentative long-term buy signal that is confirmed today with a settlement above 360.21, 376.33 expected within 1 to 2 days, 393.51 I think within 1 to 2 weeks. I've been saying 2 to 3 weeks, but no, especially with present volatility. In fact, while 376.33 can contain intraday, possibly daily buying pressure, so very well suited for day traders, but if settled above 376.33, as we go through the weekend and into Monday, Tuesday of next week, you could be long, perhaps, if that is your trading style. Now, if you're a day trader only, forget about it. But if you're a swing trader, closing above 376.33 presents a buy opportunity up to 393.51. This is under recent volatility. This would be a 2 to 3 day rally. With present volatility, it could be an intraday rally. 393.51 can contain weekly highs. And from here, we could fall back into the 350s, 360s again within a couple of weeks of testing 393.51. Now that 426.11 level is right here, as you can see. And if we were over the next week or two to close above 393.51, that midterm objective I mentioned at 426.11, then likely in as little as 1 to 2 weeks. So we could see 426.11 perhaps by the end of October rather than the 2 to 3 months that I mentioned at the onset of the video. Before I forget, I want to mention that for those of you who subscribe to wickedstocks.com, check out our stock pick from about a month ago in Riot Platforms. There's extra relevancy for that right now. I won't say any more, but you can check that out by going back to the video and back to the landing page where you can check out Riot Platforms. Anyway, let's talk downside. So if we happen to break and close back below 360.21, all bets are off actually. And in fact, I will take a look at the downside scenario here. We do have 351.39, of course, is this lower line, but we're kind of abandoning that right now, especially if we get the buy signal. It's definitely a valid level. Definitely a valid level. Bear with me here. Let me get back to that chart right here. It's a 50% retracement. It will still behave as a minor or intraday level, but it is 360.21 that we are hinging off of now. And as long as we close above it, as I say, 522.49 becomes a 5 to 8 month objective. But if we do happen to, break back below, and here's another long-term outlook as well. This is another good view that if we close above 360.21, as I'd mentioned, a 2 to 3 month, possibly by the end of October. In fact, I venture to say, looking closer and closer at this chart, it really is by the end of October, 426.11. 443.80, as we continue moving through time, it'll be in the 470s and 480s as we move into October. That is the next point. So this is also a significant level. 443.80 is to the daily chart what we find on the weekly chart, by the way, at 448.10. So it really comes down to how soon do we test this upper area, because by the end of the year, 448.10 actually converges with the 522.49 channel top. So I digress. Let me get back to this chart. I do like yesterday's low of 347.60, at least at this point in time, as our intraday pivot point and our pivot point into Monday, Tuesday of next week. It is the low of the high right now. We did put out a new post-April high, and what I mean by that is this low that we put out in April, we are now above that intermediate high. I think that was a May high. We are now above that, and so that downward level, this 347.60 low of the recent high, I mean, this is yesterday's high, does have pivot point qualities. If we do happen to close today below 347.60, 335.34 is likely on Monday. Now, this is a 2 to 3 week channel bottom. I only want to consider it a session containment level, because if we fall all the way back below that 360.21 level. Keep in mind, this is an intra-week sign of strength above 360.21. And if after the rally that we saw on Thursday, we happen to collapse back below 360.21, you really do need to get out of the way. And I'm talking about if your propensity is to be long this market, you need to get out of the way and anticipate what I would consider to be a realistic 1 to 2 week objective at 321.60. So let me map this out for you. If we close below 360.21, that long-term channel top today, 347.60 likely on Monday, has pivot point qualities, breaking 347.60, 335.34 in reach, possibly on an intraday basis, where we could bottom out on a daily basis, round back up to 361.20 again within 3 to 5 days. Closing below 335.34 sets up 321.60 within 2 to 3 more days, where, yes, we could actually bottom out well into October trade. In fact, this is the image I would rather show. We've got a lot of line studies here, but it is this middle one that I'm referring to, 360.21. Closing below 360.21, which is once again that long-term channel top on the weekly chart, will keep 321.61 in reach as a 2 to 3 week target. That's right. I would consider it to be an objective if we close today below 360.21. And if you wanted to wait, say, for a violation of 347.60 before climbing on to the short side of the market, before taking a short position within a week or two of closing below 347.60, 321.61 would be in reach, where I might add, by that point in time, we could bottom out through October and round up again. It would be a settlement below 321.60 that would then clearly indicate 274.42, this newly formed horizontal channel bottom, as a 3 to 5 week target where we could bottom out through the rest of the year. I also want to add that if we do close today, the week itself, back below 360.21, this looks like just another spike above this structure. Exactly what happened last May. You can't be bullish as we move through next week and into October if we do not close above 360.21. If we close below 360.21, all those lower price points I mentioned, realistic, including the 274.42 level as a possible 2 to 3 month target. That becomes, as I say, clarified with a settlement in the coming week or two below 321.61. We will be watching closely the Triple Q and the NASDAQ 100 today. The Tesla has pushed through substantial resistance at 360.21. But the Triple Q has yet. The Triple Q actually tested this channel top on Thursday, has not backed away. But if it can close above this structure, we see continued gains through the rest of the year. You can see the exact location of this structure by going to wickedstocks.com and taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. I think I'm going to leave it at that for Friday's Daily Triple Q Report. I'll be back, of course, with Mondays. You have a great weekend.